this fuck. You can't do the help. Come on, let's go. Y'all need to move on to the front.
We're under battle waiting your feet.
Holy Jesus. What is that? What the fuck is that? What is that, Private Pile?
Sir, jelly donuts, sir!
A jelly donut?
Sir, yes, sir!
How did it get here?
Sir, I took it from the mess hall, sir!
Is chow allowed in the barracks, Private Pile?
Sir, no, sir!
Are you allowed to eat jelly donuts, Private Pile?
Sir, no, sir!
And why not, Private Pile?
Sir, because I'm too heavy, sir!
Because you are a disgusting fat body, Private Pile!
Sir, yes, sir!
Hey, in the cut, episode 2. Let's go. What's going on, everybody? My name's Danny. Like I said, I'm your host for this stupid freaking show. And don't worry, today we're going to be talking about basic training. Have you guys ever went to basic training? Have you ever felt what it feels like to be living outside for a week, to do exercises at 3 in the morning, to being yelled at by a dude in a circle hat? Don't worry. I gathered up all my friends. Or, not all my friends. I gathered up a few friends. And we're going to tell you guys our favorite time in basic training. So let's see what made the cut for this week. Okay, have you ever done anything so single-mindedly stupid that you got someone else in trouble, you got someone else fucked up, or even got someone kicked in the nuts? Kirk says that his favorite moment was when Bale, I'm not going to use the real names of the people who fucked up, Bale did something so stupid, but I don't know if it was a dare. I wasn't really there. I just heard the story, but I kind of saw it all happen. That didn't make sense. Bale was so hungry at one point that he was just like, you know what, fuck it. The company across the street, not across the street, but across the ways, was our guys at Echo Company. And they had MREs out in the open. So, we were allowed to go over to Echo companies to steal sandbags because our drill sergeant wanted all the sandbags in the world. I'm not kidding, this drill sergeant wanted sandbags and we needed to get him sandbags. But we weren't given the permission to go steal MREs from them. Unfortunately, Bale didn't think that was the case. Bale ran over to a different company's floor area, grabbed some MREs and brought them upstairs into the bay. Now, if you're going into basic training, do not bring anything up into the bay. Don't be that guy. You might think you can get away with it until they strip search everything. And then you're getting fucked up. Bale, unfortunately, shared his MREs with everybody in his platoon, which was a platoon below mine. And one magically morning, we woke up at 6 a.m. or something like that. We got ready, we got our stuff ready for the day, and we went downstairs and Bale's platoon is getting messed up. For hours, I'm talking squats, push-ups, sit-ups, 8 count T push-ups. If you don't know what that is, that fucking sucks. Anyway, the whole platoon is getting messed up since 2 or 3 in the morning once they found the MRE boxes in that platoon's bay. It's also the platoon that made mustard gas by accident, but we won't talk about that. Look, listen, and understand what I'm saying. Do not bring MREs to your base or your bunk if you are going into basic. So I go up to my board Kirk and I'm like, yo, what's going on? And he said, yo, we got fucked up. They found that Bale brought up MREs and they smoked the whole platoon. And I was like, how long you guys been doing this for? He said, for a while. And I was like, what's a while? Bro, he's been doing this shit since 3 or 4 hours going on until they had to stop to take us to breakfast. Safe to say, Bale didn't do that stuff anymore, but that's okay because I think he learned his lesson. Gale didn't just steal a bunch of calories because those MREs are full of calories. He stole the peace between his platoon and everybody just called him a dumbass for it. Although he wasn't the smartest guy ever, so maybe it's understandable by him. All right, do you ever have that person who just sucks and just complains and just really shouldn't be in an area where you think that they should be? Whether it's an annoying coworker, whether it's an annoying sibling, whether it's someone who just complains a lot. Well, my boy Saya's favorite moment was the human complaint box of Bond. Now let me get you that this guy is way too old to be complaining, he's way too old not to be taking orders, and he's way too old to not understand that, hey, maybe this isn't for me. He should know if this is for him or not. This kid complained about everything. He complained about having the amount of time to eat, having to do the exercises, having to clean some things. He wasn't really a great team player, which is not what you want in a army scenario, scenery. But if you called him out on his bullshit, he'd be like, you want to fight, bro? You want to fight? What do you mean I complain a lot? Bro, this kid was so bad at everything. And he wasn't even he just complained. Although this was great practice for if you ever had to go to a different job on the civilian side and you have to deal with someone like Bond, then yeah, I got great practice dealing with people who I don't like and that complain a lot. The best thing to do is just ignore them. Don't be a part of them, just laugh at them when they get you messed up, because him and his little posse group got us messed up so bad. That's the price you pay for being with a bunch of idiots, I guess so. When you go to basic training, don't you expect to just be treated like crap and to be toughened up, I guess is a word. And you're like, wow, maybe, I should learn to take orders because it might help me out one day. This kid didn't allow anybody to tell him what to do, and it ended up being bad for him. So if you have a superior, and unless if it's ethically not correct of what the person's doing, stand up. But if you don't, if they're doing everything within their boundaries, yeah, shut up and just do it, and then maybe not. There was just one time I specifically remember him and his little group were complaining because we were doing push-ups all freaking day in the blazing hot sun, and that little group kept us going because they were complaining. They were saying this is bullshit. They were literally trying to outspeak the drill sergeants, and the drill sergeants found this amusing, and they just stopped after a while because they were just laughing at how embarrassing these children were being. Children, they're older than me. I'm 24, so that should say something. All right, for those people who have friends, do you guys have that one person that you just bully constantly? Whether it's for I can't explain what. But you just have that one friend who's like, just like, you know, he's the friend punching bag. It's 2025, we're trying to stop bullying, but that doesn't work, so there's bullying everywhere. Schools, online, friend groups, parents, siblings, all these places have bullying. And that's no excuse for the military. There was bullying all over the place in the base. So granted, was some of this stuff a little over the top? Yeah, but if you have 40-something people in a room, the ages between 18 and 36, you're gonna find stuff to do. Gray walls, gray bunks, nice neat bunks. You're not really allowed to do anything. You have nothing to entertain yourself. You have a bunch of your friends. You guys are doing something stupid and bored. There's a lot of stuff leading to what would happen. My boy Champagne, yes, that's his name, Champagne. His favorite part of basic training was just the crash outs that this kid would have. His name was Barp. Kind of noticed the trend here. I'm putting a B in front of everybody's names. So, anyways, Barp was the crash out boy. Now, granted, we did do some weird things like tickle his feet when his feet were out, steal his mattresses, jump on top of him. I think a couple people tickled him, and those were just some of the more modest things that we did for this kid, to this kid. Unfortunately, though, sometimes he would just crash out and just like, honestly, mad respect for the guy because he fought people. He would challenge people to a fight, and he would just, he wouldn't win, not even close. But you know what? Good for that kid for standing up. I, for one, thought he was gonna get his ass beat, so he shouldn't have fought, but hey, who am I? Although it was funny because one time we were just all hanging out. It's dark because it's past lights out, and we all have our headlamps on, and the shenanigans after lights out are, whoa, they're wild. So what we were doing is we stole this kid's blankets and pillows, and we were just tossing them around, and this kid had a long day. Actually, we all went through the same day, so the same kind of day, so I don't think it was that long of a day. Anyway, so he did crash out, start flipping out, you know. He did threaten to go tell mom and dad, the drill sergeants, sometimes, but you know what? Hey, I mean, we ended up okay. Don't make me tell mom and dad. Bro, that was basically what he was doing. It was like a little sibling, like, I'm gonna tell mom and dad if you don't stop. And you're like, whoa, okay. Because this mom and dad will make you do push-ups until you throw up. But honestly, it was funny watching from my top bunk. I joined in a little bit. Joined my amazing from my top bunk, just watching kind of all the chaos happen. That's kind of was your safety area, was your bunk. Unless if you were on the bottom bunk and then everyone sat on your bed. Butts on pillows, farts, everything was just... So if you're going to basic training, get a top bunk. That is, unless if you're that one guy who fell off the top bunk because they sounded the alarms. He fell off the top bunk. He was fine though, so... Okay, so the sponsor for this video is the Spider Mama. The Spider Mama is the best gift I think you could possibly get anybody. For people of all ages, you get a box containing everything you need to make your own little plant dude, okay? Minus this pot, the actual pot is inside, it's a clay pot, but you guys get the clay pot, you get rocks, you get little boulders to prevent root rot, you get the actual plant. This is a spiky spider bit plant from the Spider Mama, and the thing that makes this plant so amazing is not only is it easy to take care of, water it once a week, I set an alarm on my phone, but you get to customize a name tag, and you get to name it, and you get the birth date of this plant. The Spider Mama doesn't only just Spider Mama doesn't only just sell spiky spider plants. There's curly baby spider plants. There's regular baby spider plants. There's Hawaiian spider baby plants. There's a whole bunch of different plants that you can actually get. Don't worry, if you go to the Spider Mama on Etsy or thespidermama.com and you use the promo code DannyS, that's my name, you get 30% off, folks. I begged and pleaded for that much percent off, so you better, to 5 people who go watch this, get the best gift of the year. And the cool thing about these plants is if you take great care of them, you can see that they actually grow little baby spider plants. So this is actually a mother. Sorry, I named it Cody. You guys can get this for weddings, birthdays, anniversaries, just appreciation gifts, you know? Not only that, it livens up the room. My basement looks amazing with a bunch of like little plants going around. So make sure you go to thespidermama.com again and use promo code DannyS at checkout for 30% off. Back to basic training babies. Okay, so you ever heard, you know these like things in your ceiling? They kind of like make a loud noise when there's a fire going around or there's smoke around, or you just cook your chicken in the oven a little too long. Yes, fire alarms. I'm talking about those. Well, in basic training, fire alarms are connected to the entire freaking building. So someone in a different company could set off the fire alarm because you guys are all technically in the same building. One day, all the little babies were sleeping. I'm sleeping in my bunk, nice and curled up, you know, using my bicep as a pillow because I didn't have a pillow. Or if I did, it was just, that was the pillow. This is my head hitting the pillow. We're all sleeping after a long training day, and all you hear is bam! A lady's voice comes on, and it says, fire, fire, an emergency has occurred. Please exit the building. Something, something, I'm a fucking Karen. So this blares out, and we're all like, whoa, oh shit, we're actually excited. Something might have gone down. Something's on fire. Someone's doing something bad. So we're all kind of excited. We get up, we put on our shoes, and we put on our shirts because it was really, really hot because it's in the middle of summer in Georgia. And we're like, go, go, go. We're getting down the stairs. We're like running people down the stairs, you know. We're like, all right, cool. We get out of the building. We're running to our like checkup location. We're all standing in line there. It's a beautiful night out. It's like maybe 11, 12 o'clock at night. The alarm's still going off. There's flashes in the building and stuff like that. We're like, what's going on? Where's our drill sergeant? The person who was taking care of the platoon was like, all right, let's get our counts. We're getting our counts. Stupid's here, dum-dum's here, butthole's here, I hate you is here. We're all getting our counts. We go to the drill sergeant. We're, drill sergeant, we have everybody. What do you need us to do? And one of the most exciting moments of basic training came down to, oh yeah, someone was just burning something in the microwave. We're just gonna wait until something happens. And we were like, are you kidding me? We're like, nothing cool happened? He goes, no, just stand in formation and go shut up and it's too late for this. We were like, we had something exciting happen. Fire alarms going off. The whole building could have been burning and someone, you kidding me, burned their popcorn? Anyway, it took a little bit but the fire department came over here. But that was someone's favorite moment, was the ultimate fail of this stupid fire drill. It gets better, don't worry. So when you have a platoon full of 30-something people who all just got woken up from a fire alarm, you kind of get a little hyped. So we all went upstairs and the fire alarm was turned off. We were all good. We were all ready to go. The babies were ready to go back to bed. So what we did was we all got back into bed. We all like, you know, snuggle or whatever, and fire alarm went off again. When I tell you, the worry of the room, nobody was worried. No one batted an eye. We were actually upset that the fire alarm was going off. I had Karen in my ear because I'm on the top bunk and the freaking speaker is pretty much right there. We were just annoyed that this fire alarm was going off, right? And now people can't sleep. So guess what happens when people can't sleep in the Army in basic training? That's right, after hour shenanigans. Woohoo! Fire alarms going off and people running around, tipping beds, touching feet, I think. I don't know, I wasn't messed with. I was just trying to go to bed. But yeah, that's what people were doing. We're just freaking flipping out. The fire alarm went off, I'm not kidding, for probably another hour or so. And for some reason why, that got everybody pretty much hyped up. Okay, our last person for today is my boy, Private Smith. Basic ass last name, right? I can't even tell you how many Private Smiths I've seen. Smith's favorite moment was when we were all kind of like all circled up in our little area. And this is towards the end of basic training, so the drill sergeants were like, you know, showing us a little more respect, having a little more fun. Overall, just kind of chilling out a little bit more. We ran a talent show. What the talent show consisted of was you had to get into the middle of the circle that we've created and you have to sing a song. It was more like Baby's Got Talent or Basic American Idol. It was amazing. This one kid, I don't even know his name, came up. The most patriotic things you could do is sing the Star Spangled Banner. But he started singing the Star Spangled Banner. But for some reason why, he had his hands up. And he's singing like this. We're like, this is lit. Let's do it. And we all in our company just putting our hands up, singing the Star Spangled Banner. So not only do you have about 200, 300 something idiots singing the Star Spangled Banner with our hands up in the air for some reason, but we got another company, Echo Company, right beside us to then join in. These guys were a lot newer than us, so they didn't have the freedoms that we had. But they ended up joining in us, and their drill sergeants were cool with it. So it's two companies singing the Star Spangled Banner with their hands in the air. And we were like, what the heck? It's just so stupid. Some of the stuff that we did was just unbelievably stupid but fun. And that's the kind of stuff you're gonna see during basic training. Do I miss it? Yeah. Would I do it again? No. Great thing I don't have to do it again. But something like that, as something as simple as putting your hands up, singing the Star Spangled Banner. I wonder if I can get the TheNinjaSlime on this YouTube channel, this YouTube video, and we can both sing our hands up in the air like this. I think that would be kind of cool. Hey, if you guys want to send me a video of you just putting your hands up and singing the Star Spangled Banner, you could do that. If you want to be a part of the next episode, go to my Instagram _SYNNAD, my name backwards, so you guys can send me clips or TikToks or stories of anything that you guys have done, and we'll probably put you, like I'm not working alone, I'll put you guys in the next episode and I'll shout you guys out. Or if you want to be just shouted out in general, just like, you know, send me a DM over there, or hey, even better, tag me in stuff that you guys are doing so then I could see what you all are doing. Anyways, that's all the stuff. That's what made the cut for this week. Don't forget to like and subscribe and send me stuff. That's all I got.